Now then, have you ever wondered what it costs to put a gearbox in a Lamborghini? Well, I can tell you, it costs about £20,000, and that's where this car has been for the past 3 months, having a new gearbox sent over from Italy, a new clutch sent over from Italy, and now it finally works again. And do you want to know one of the funniest things of all that? You know, you spend £20,000 at a Lamborghini main dealership for the best service possible, but look at the state of this engine bay. Like, come on, guys. This is ridiculous. I paid you £20,000, and this is what I get. Like, look at this state. This is all the coolant. So basically, one of the thing that happened with this car and with this engine, we're going to get onto crypto in just a second, but the thing that happened with this car and with this engine is one of the coolant pipes, I don't know which one it is here, it's a 10-year-old car at this point. It just corroded. Like, you can see these, they're all nice and jelly, they work, they're fine. But one of them had corroded and it popped off, and that just squirted coolant everywhere. You might have seen the video on Twitter. Now, it's been a long process of fixing all of this stuff, but basically, the coolant is still everywhere, the car is fixed, the engine's been out, but come on, Lamborghini, that's stupid. So the goal of today's video is to try and make £1,000 to get the engine bay cleaned, and also another £30,000 on top to pay for the fact it's had a new gearbox, new clutch, and a kind of just been hell. And a new wrap, actually. This is not a wrap, this is PPF. It had the old wrap taken off. It used to be green, now it's grey. It's been an interesting process with this car. Should have sold it a while ago, didn't, and now I'm going to keep it for a year because, well, I'm £20,000 in the hole with it. And there we go. Neighbours successfully pissed off. Now it's time to go do some crypto stuff to make the money back to pay for all of this stupid stuff that I do. So here we are, back in the office, back to business with a new hat. In fact, not only one new hat, but, go on, there we go. 2 new hats. Look at these 2. Absolute beauties. You can get them on cryptosavingexpert.store. They're not even expensive. The price of one of these hats is only £20. And yeah, cryptosavingexpert.store if you want one. You can get the Bitcoin hat, or you can get the Crypto Saving Expert hat, which is my personal favorite because it's less flashy and most people won't know what this is. But if somebody does recognize it, they're gonna come and say hello. And of course, another item well worth mentioning, Bitcoin socks. If you want luck when trading Bitcoin, you need to wear a pair of these, otherwise you'll get bad luck. Everything on the store is completely affordable. It's not got ridiculous markups on it, and it's all basically sold for cost price. So do check it out. It supports Crypto Saving Expert as a business. And thank you very much for listening. Because now it's time to talk about itty bitty Bitcoin, which is currently $27,579. We talked about this yesterday, that in this range here, from my perspective, is probably not worth the risk of taking a trade. Now, we have bounced up over the course of the past 24 hours, but this could be just more sideways action going towards the end of the month. Now, if you look at what we're actually trading like right now, you can see that with this level here of support, we're actually coming up and retesting it, and we failed to break back above it. To me, that suggests that right now, if you took a long position down at these lows here at approximately $27,200 yesterday, it's probably worthwhile taking profit on that position up here at about $27,587. However, from this stage here, I would probably expect more so a dump to the downside, and I'm hoping that it doesn't do that, but yeah, 2.7% drop would be what I'm expecting. So we come down and retest this level of support down here at approximately $26,830. Whether that happens or not, I don't know if it's going to happen. I can tell you though, I feel like it's more so likely than unlikely. Given the recent positive action, it makes sense for us to have some negative action as well, especially given how the stock market has been performing, which again today, or rather yesterday, finished the day down 1.29%. Now, the stock market at the time of filming today's video has not yet opened, and we're going to wait for that to load. Yeah, it's still not opened, and this is how it closed yesterday on the S&P 500. It looks kind of horrendous, does that? If we zoom in even just a little bit, it's been a very much bearish period of time for the stock market. But of course, as I said at the start of today's video, I've got to make £30,000 to pay for all of these nonsense car things that seem to just dig me in huge financial holes. So how do we plan to do that? Well, yesterday we talked about the return of Satoshi, the famous Bitcoin inventor, of which there is an impersonator on Twitter trying and appearing to pump Bitcoin SV. If we look at how Bitcoin SV has performed since yesterday's video, when we made yesterday's video, it was down at these levels here, and it's now risen upwards. So it's risen up from $36 up to $38. Quite a significant rise, actually, around 7 to 8% rise in the price of Bitcoin SV. But are we going to buy this? I think yes. Not in large quantities, just a few $1,000s worth, just to speculate on it. And maybe we take a derivative trade on it. But that is really, really risky because it is Bitcoin SV and it can be really volatile. So I'd probably advocate against that unless you're very comfortable with risk like myself. I think the real answer to how we're going to make $30,000 is on XTP. XTP, if you didn't know, launched in the USA in the past week. We can see here from this document, Tap Group PLC agreement to launch in the United States. This here shows Tap's intentions. This is all on the stock market, basically. If you go on Aquis is a stock market here in the UK. It's where Tap's stock is actually traded because you can actually buy Tap stock. But basically, if you read through this document, it explains in detail what is currently going on with Tap and that they're launching in the USA. You can also see that from this Twitter post that they made the other day. If you want to read more about that, please feel free. However, I am making a very in-depth video about this for my main channel. I think Tap's price has not yet been fully realized in terms of, I don't think a lot of people know that they've launched in the USA. I feel like the people have been sleeping on it, not paying enough attention to it. And I think that 21 or 22 Satoshis, which is where the price currently sits, is too low for the price of Tap. So from my perspective, I expect the price to start increasing again. I think if you're looking at this right now as a trading formation, to me, it looks fairly well bottomed out. And for me, that is where we're going to make up this $30,000 deficit. Another potential way to make up a $30,000, I said dollar then, but I meant pound. £30,000, actually it's £20,000 plus a little bit plus taxes. So it is kind of £30,000, but not quite. Anyway, we're getting distracted there. This here. TRB. You know that we've been trading it quite frequently in the Discord group for Crypto Saving Expert Plus. If you're not familiar with what Crypto Saving Expert Plus is, it is a group that is run by Crypto Saving Expert that every week gives you Bitcoin market reports, of which pretty much every single one so far has been correct. And because of that, it allows users to profit from that knowledge. At the same time, Crypto Saving Expert is more than just education. Like, you can get the education on the internet. It teaches you how to do various different things. But with the Discord, with the community, there is a lot of alpha. For example, I posted 2 pieces of alpha today in the Discord. One is of the next 100x altcoin that I'm investing in, and the other one is how to KYC on various different cryptocurrency exchanges throughout the world as a UK or US citizen and legally access BYBIT, Binance, any exchange in the world. And if you want to know that information, you've got to go to Crypto Saving Expert Plus. Now, for Crypto Saving Expert, there are currently 3 plans. It is completely free to use, all of the free courses, the daily industry news. But if you want to join the Discord group, you have to sign up to this tier. And if you want one-to-one calls with myself and other experts that we've got, and that is such a valuable service, especially for people that are either new to the industry or really looking to make this their full-time career. That's the one to pick out because you can come to me and ask me a bunch of questions anytime you want. You can just book calls and such. It is a really good tier to be having. But this one, so far, has been the most popular. Actually, I don't know if it has been. I think it's like 50-50 at this point. I think a lot of people have signed up to Premium, which has been fantastic. Either way, this is a double bonus offer right now because right now you're saving £420 on this one, and on this one you're saving £2,400. When the prices go back up of these, it's unlikely that they'll ever go back down to as significantly a discount of what there currently is. Currently it's £65 a month, and when you use the discount codes in today's video description, that gives you an additional 45% off this price. However, the reason why we've had a lot of premium subscribers so far is because this £200 a month, which might seem like a lot of money, you can actually use the 65% discount code in today's video description to reduce the price of that down to less than £100 a month, making it so significantly cheaper. And again, why would you pay that for a service like this? We've got lawyers that work for us. You need legal advice. You need tax advice. You need to know which accountant do I use for my cryptocurrency stuff. You need to know all of these different questions when it comes to actually dealing with large amounts of crypto. And like, if you're going to make a lot of money in the next bull market, you're going to need to answer all of these questions. If you go to a lawyer right now and you ask them any legal question and you want it professionally writing up, it's going to cost you a few £1,000s. However, we're doing pretty much unlimited for a year for less than £1,000. So that's why it's such a good offer. I think it's just important to point these things out. But anyway, we've been talking about TRB a lot in the CSE Discord. And TRB, the question is it time to short or is it time to long? I'm waiting to see what the next move is, because if we fail at this support level here and we drop below that $44 level, odds are this is just going to come tumbling down and then it's going to hit back down at $16. And it's important to remember when shorting this, every $4 move is 10%. And if you're using 10x leverage, that's a doubling of your position size. If you go $10,000 short on 10x leverage, so a $100,000 position, and then the price drops by $4, you make $10,000. So how many $4 is it to go back to $16? You could potentially make $200,000 from the drop down in TRB. And that is what I'm interested right now. You've got to play the game in terms of you're not going to hit your entries perfect. You can't over leverage it, but funding rates on TRB have dropped through the floor. It is no longer really expensive to trade, so people are getting rid of it because they're not earning these huge APYs on it anymore. The Ponzi on this is nearly over. And the question is, where is all of this profit going to go that was generated in TRB? It's going to go somewhere, and it's my job to figure that out. So back to the price of Bitcoin, and then we're going to analyze the price of Ethereum. Bitcoin, 27,561. Looks like it's probably going to get rejected here and come back down. However, if it breaks the resistance level that we've set for ourselves now at these 2 points, if it manages to break through $27,650, give or take a little bit, in theory, it should then rally back up to this level here. But again, I would expect rejection at that level unless it's looking particularly strong. Doesn't seem to me like you're going to have a breakout anytime soon. There isn't any major bullish catalysts that you would expect that to happen with, unless Grayscale comes along and says, look, our ETF has been approved, and then it's going to jump up through $1 billion. Doesn't matter. Ethereum versus USD right now, $1,645. It's down in price. I probably in the short term favor Ethereum over Bitcoin, and that's because the Ethereum Bitcoin value keeps dropping, and for me that's making more so and more so tempting. After the drop down in price the other day, the Ethereum Bitcoin value got dropped on pretty significantly. I think this stands a decent chance at recovery, so from that perspective an Ethereum long position might make sense. In terms of the US dollar, that looks like it may have formed a local top at this stage, and if it has formed a local top at this stage, then in theory, if we're looking at this right now and we're saying, look, it's formed a local top, which would make sense because we have encountered a very long-term level of resistance, well, in that case, we're coming all the way back down, and that means that Bitcoin is probably going to have a bullish period of time as well. So overall, short-term sentiment is slightly bearish, but definitely on the weekly and monthly kind of sentiment, definitely bullish. That's my thoughts on the market right now. What are your thoughts? Do leave a comment in today's video description thing, and also leave a like. Somebody left a like on yesterday's video. It was amazing. They made me feel so happy. So if you could leave a like, I'd honestly really appreciate it. If you appreciate the effort that goes into making this content, please do subscribe to the channel as well. It's amazing to have so many new subscribers coming on board already, and hopefully now the Lambo is fixed, we need to make some money to pay the bill. Well, hey, all right, have a nice day, everybody. Check out links in today's video description. If you are interested in trading, check out BYBIT. It is the best exchange, and you get 30 grand for free. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.